if you're struggling to lose weight the way I used to, chances are you don't understand how the different fuel tank systems work in your own body. And you might think that's kind of an odd way to put it. And let me explain what I'm talking about. I need to tell you a little story to kind of help illustrate my point. When I was a kid, I was probably, I don't know, 6 or 7 years old, and I was on my way home, and somebody was driving me. It wasn't my own dad, but it was somebody else. And we were in a truck together, and we were on our way back home, and I noticed that the fuel gauge was getting really close to empty. And from my memory, I knew how far away from home we were, and I thought, we're not going to make it. And I mentioned it to the driver. He says, we're going to run out of gas. And the driver just kind of laughed. He says, "Oh no, this truck has dual tanks." And I'd never heard of dual tanks before. He hit a little button just before we hit empty, and the truck sputtered a little bit as it made the adjustment. And eventually, the truck was fine. We kept going, and then I watched the fuel gauge go all the way to full, and I was like, "Wow, that's really cool." And all he had to do was push this button. And so if nobody's ever told you this before, yes, your body is kind of like that in that you can run off the fuel that's stored in your liver called glycogen, and your body is just as happy to run on fuel that's stored in your fat cells called ketones. And in my next video after this one, I'm going to teach you how you make that shift because, yeah, there is actually a button that had to be flipped in my truck story. There is a button that has to be flipped in your body as well, and I'll get to that in the next video.